Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Long time no talk, but today we're going to be talking about the gays who are, I'm not one of them, I'm not like them. We're going to be talking about those gays today and how they irk my nerves and a lot more stuff. So yeah, cue the intro. I'm always laughing whenever I start a video, but hey, here we go. So as you can see, I got my notes. So today I want to start with showing y'all this TikTok.
Most of my friends are straight men. I don't really hang out with gay people. Don't cancel me. I feel like gay people do too much.
Oh, decorum, right? A lot of people feel like some gay people do too much because there is this constant want for attention of, hey guys, I'm gay. People feel that way, where a lot of flamboyance, a lot of attitude, a lot of sass, nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like time and place matters. And a lot of people don't know when to tone it down a little bit. And it's almost as if, like, you see how protective I'm being of my words? Gay people don't have that same protection. Like, you guys could go out here and say everything about straight people and don't face any consequences. Yeah. And then so, like, you see how I gotta talk right now where I can't say nothing too crazy because I know if I offend the community, it's clipped. Those rules don't apply to gay people. Damn, like, y'all getting all the privileges, all the rights, all the jobs, and we can't say nothing if we're uncomfortable, but we make you guys uncomfortable and then we're out of here. The loud gay people are the one that gets the attention. Women can relate to that.
I'm only using this TikTok just because of the fact that it was the most recent example of this, and I've seen this quite often. You know, a lot of times it goes untalked about because it's just like from the straights, they're like, oh, we can get behind this, we can understand this. Oh, I don't like the gays either. I don't like the gay culture either. I don't like the lifestyle either. So you cool with me in this aspect. But just in general, people like that really get on my nerves. They irk my nerves to no end, in a sense, because it's just like, soon as they do that, it's like they get the claps from the straights, and they get the claps from the the dudes with internalized homophobia, the dudes that like dudes, that date dudes, because if they wanted a girl, they would date a girl. I digress. A big catalyst, or something that they say most of the time to give an excuse for their behaviors and what they're saying and why they don't like to associate with gay people, basically, is because their sexuality does not define who they are. Let that soak in really quick. Okay, so your sexuality does not define you who you are. Correct. That is very correct. But did it also not define who you were when you were in elementary school and everybody was calling you gay and assuming so many things about you that you didn't even had not had the opportunity to realize about yourself yet? But did your sexuality not define you when people treated you different because you were more femme presenting, you were more gay aligning, you did things that weren't necessarily the norm? Did your sexuality not define you then? No, it didn't. But people still did use that. So that is the whole reason why we have associations, why we have ballroom, why we have all of these other things. We have been pushed to the side from popular culture. Not even popular culture. We have been pushed aside by society because we are the primitive example of all that America doesn't want the world to see. We are the exact adverse thing that the Bible says for people to be. We are, we are just the anti. So we've been pushed to the side, we've been pushed to the alleys, we've been pushed in the sewers, we've been pushed aside. And within that, when we all get pushed aside and grouped here and there, as humans, we just find community within that. So that is where the whole LGBTQIA plus that y'all like to formally and informally mispronounce, get the letters, right, not correct, add letters that weren't there just to make a joke because it's not funny. Just had to give y'all a little rant to start this off. I want to talk about butching it up. Trying to be more masculine in public as someone that is gay, as someone that can get clocked easier. That isn't the most manly man. You know, a lot of us joke and we laugh about this on TikTok, like we make jokes out of this, and for us it's funny. For the people that actually have to do this little code switch over thing,
alright, whatever you do, think straight. We want to be straight everything. Alright, let me just, nope, don't do that, don't do that. Hey bro, we about to go hoop. You play ball?
Huh?
Ball, bro. Do you play ball?
Oh yeah, I play ball. I mean,
Bro, what?
I play
Nah,
ball.
bro, tripping.
I play ball. Yeah, you know.
Hey,
we have to walk different, we have to talk different, we have to make our voices deeper, we have to talk about particular things, we have to change our dialects, we have to do all of these things to present in a more masculine way, to present in a way that will keep us safe, essentially. And not always safe in a physical sense, but safe in an emotional sense. And like, sometimes you just don't want to hear the bullshit that people got to say to you, basically. But we do this because there is a lot of femphobia in our society, especially when that feminineness is attached to a male body, especially when that femininity is attached to a black male body, which has been deemed and defined to be this the ultra masculine thing. You know, we know we are seen as beasts. We're seen as sexual beasts. That's what we're seen as, something that can provide, something that can go out there and work to their bone, to provide for their family, have a family, all this kind of stuff. So when you attach femininity, which is supposed to be this dainty thing, this soft thing, to that, it doesn't mix. So when you're not what society tells you to be, or what y'all's contract tells y'all to be, that y'all sign to continue to uphold, you're gonna get hate, you're gonna get physical attacks, you're gonna get emotional attack, you're gonna get views, you're gonna get laughed at, you're gonna get pushed to the side. You're gonna get ignored. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I have to deal with, is being ignored, not being visible to people, because I'm not what I'm supposed to be. I am the main character, but I become an NPC naturally in these people's minds, because I'm not, all of a sudden I'm not attractive to them anymore because I have this, so therefore I don't exist. Like, my being is not valuable to you anymore because I am more feminine as a man. You know what I mean? But we have to do that, and we don't have to do that. But in order to feel more comfortable in the multitude of spaces, because a lot of spaces to this day, 2023, are still not comfortable for us, we have to act a certain way, we have to walk a certain way, we have to dress a certain way, just to get the same respect and just the same, you know, attitude towards us, the same, you know, greeting that the next person gets, the same things that a normal person should get. People treat you better when you act and dress how you're supposed to do. That's just not something we came up with. That's something that we factually know, and I personally have factually seen in my life. Give you a quick example. My brother, for example, he's more masculine than me. He has a better body than me, and he's older than me, so he has more, you know, he's just older. He looks, you know, he's more manly, looks more manly, all those things. And he dresses nice too, don't get me wrong, but I dress nice as well. But it's just like, I remember we would go to the store together, we would go different places together. Not only women, but men as well would just treat him so much better. They would like talk to him, hey, how you're doing? They see him, he's visible to them, they're talking to him, they're having a smile on their face. And we notice those things. Me and other people like me, we notice those things. We notice how we sometimes get the adverse reaction. We get the negativity of people because, you know, people don't like, we talked about, we know what people don't like. And ultimately we don't want to get clocked, because a lot of times when we get clocked for our sexuality that doesn't define us, we therefore get defined by it. You know what I mean? I think ultimately we don't want to be judged for that. But that is why I see the importance of having our own spaces where we can be comfortable within that. You as a gay person, or you as a bi person, this, that, the other, you should be able to see that. You should see what's going on. You shouldn't see it as all the negative aspects of what can and does occur. See it as the big picture, the very big positive thing that it is, the very big healthy thing that it is to get us back on track, to keep us somewhat, you know, sane in this insane society. Give us somewhere to go, give us a space. You can reject this space all day, but don't make it seem like it's just so whatever just because you don't want to be a part of that space. Just don't be a part of that space. Now, from that, I'm gonna delve into some reasons why I feel they act this way. Because I've ran into these type of people in real life, on social media, all of that. So it's they're like an archetype. So, one, part of me really feels like they really act like this because the girls really be feminine. They really be like, They be more feminine than me. But I feel like they act like this and they denounce us as a people because they denounce, you know, the LGBTQ community because they want to get the trade. They want the trade. They want the down low niggas. That's what they want. And I don't know if they consciously are thinking this, but I know that that's what's happening because, and you can call BS if you want to, but I clock y'all T. I know what's going on here. I'm not dumb. I just don't want to play those games because I want to be authentic. I want to be myself 24/7. I don't want to play them games to try to get some little lousy man that don't completely accept yourself because you don't completely accept yourself either. I digress. But they want the trade. They want to be able to slither into these spaces where straight men accept them, or just straight men in general accept them, where they can have camaraderie in that, they can have acceptance in that, and ultimately they can fulfill their little homeboy fantasies, where we homeboys, but we be doing little stuff together sometimes. Yeah, it opens up their pool in a sense. Because everybody loves a masculine man, right? Everybody loves a down low man, right? Everybody loves a trade man, right? That's what I feel like they're doing. They're doing that to slither in these spaces and to be accepted and to be able to be broadcasted to a wider audience. But at the end of the day, I don't think a lot of them realize within doing that, you shut yourself from your authenticity. You shut yourself off from a whole community that truly gets who you truly are, just to be accepted by the popular culture, just to be accepted by society that doesn't like you just because of your sexuality, not because of your character, not because of how you act, but because of your sexuality. Didn't ask for that to happen. That's just what people try to keep perpetuating and keep allowing to happen. And within you doing this and acting this way, you're allowing this to continue. You're allowing this to be stronger. Like I said, I put for number 2, they want to be accepted, because it's not nice to not feel it. It's not nice being an outsider. Don't get me wrong. It's not nice to feel like an outsider. So I can totally get how someone could get this way. I couldn't get that way because it just wouldn't feel real to me to like denounce these people. But yeah, like I was saying, other in themselves, they get accepted more, But for number 3, I put they have no knowledge or exposure to LGBTQ people or just the community in general. I, for example, didn't know about, you know, pride. I didn't know about any of these things until I got to college, until I was around other gay people, because at the college you have more people. I'm not in a small city anymore, so I see more LGBTQI plus people because we are out here. When you aren't knowledgeable or have exposure to these things, you tend to judge it because you don't understand it. And that's why I feel like a lot of these people they sit in the position where they don't want to seek out the information. They don't want to learn about their history or the people like them's history. And that causes a lot of ignorance. And through ignorance can come hatred, can come, you know, all of these things that they perpetuate. You know what I mean? A lot of transphobia comes from that because I'm still like talking to people and talking with people who are so transphobic, even though they're gay, they you know are within the community, they're still transphobic. And it's just like, you would think we want people to accept us. Why can't we accept everybody else? Just because you're not knowledgeable of this type of person, you're not knowledgeable about transness, why do you automatically go to judging it? Why don't you automatically try to learn more about them, learn more about people who experience different things and why they experience it? Why do you always have to try to find the one thing, the few outliers that make the group seem a certain way? We know why. We know why because of how society. We know all of that. But why you as a human being would allow and take pride and allow and like to joke about and make fun of people who you ultimately don't understand? Because honestly, I'll take me for an example. Before I was knowledgeable about transness and about gay people and all this and that, and just the culture in general, I did have a lot of those still internally homophobic ideations, ideas and stuff. I would never perpetuate them. I would never I've always been told if I don't have anything I say, don't say anything at all. Not that I ever had anything mean to say, it's just I had questions and stuff. And me as a person, I've always kept those questions in, and then I sought out the knowledge for them instead of insulting someone by asking them very personal questions, this, that, the other, on certain topics, because you feel like you are entitled to the answers from these people in the moment. Once I educated myself about it, I opened myself up to a whole lot more empathy, because I already was an empathizing person. But once I learned about it, once I learned about the community and what we've been through and how I can fit into that, and how in the past, if I was who I was, how that would cause me harm, and how us being a community and bringing ourselves along this far has kept me has put me in a safer society, in a sense. And for you to announce that is just crazy to me. But they have internalized homophobia at the end of the day. These people have internalized homophobia because they are uneducated, they are unknowledgeable of these things, or just because they just hate it. They have hatred. They've been raised a certain way, and they can't see beyond it. They can hate the sin and love the sinner.
Did you end up coming out to your family?
My dad's a pastor.
Oh. Wow!
Or hate the sin and the sinner, because that's what a lot of them do. And a lot of them have that mindset as well. It's just they're so okay with being lesser because of their sexual. They're so okay with these things a lot of times. They accept it. And it's just like a twisted way of thinking, if you ask me. Now, from this, I wanted to also delve into othering from people with HIV plus and AIDS. Now, a multitude of people in the LGBTQIA plus community does this, but particularly this group, I feel like a lot of them do this as well. They want to be accepted. They don't want to be associated with them disease, virus people. But it's just like, look at me. I sit right beside you in class. I go to work with you. I do all of these things with you, and you would never know that I'm HIV positive. Yet you get on the internet and you say all these crazy things about these people that you don't even know, that you actually do know. You know a lot more of them than you think you do, but because you've been told all these different things, you've been told all the stigma about them, you believe it and you continue to perpetuate it. So you're going to other yourself from those people, even though they are a part of our community, they are a part of your community as well. You want to other yourself to feel accepted again, because you know that there's a hate attached to that. Basically, what I'm trying to say in this video is, at the end of the day, you're just a pick-me.
Fuck Nicki Minaj.
Are you dumb?
You just want to be picked. You just want to feel accepted. And that's okay, but don't help them. Don't help the straights and heterosexuals and the people that hate us and the homophobic people. Don't help them by always publicly saying how you don't like to associate with us and all of this. You're helping them. You're helping them with their narrative. You're helping them at the end of the day. So if you don't want to be a pick-me, you don't want me to call you a pick-me, don't do it. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Just shut up, because you're ignorant. You don't know about the community. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. So just shut up. Go be gay and shut up about it. And shut up about other people that's gay. Let us do us. Let us be happy. If it's not hurting you, stay your regular tail up over there. Period. Because I'm sick of y'all. Oh yeah, I just wanted to highlight the fact that I live in and grew up in a small town in Louisiana. There is no community here. There is somewhat of a community here, but I still have yet to be truly exposed to it. So it's just like, even me, having not been exposed to our community in that sense and all this and that, I still don't have all these ideas and this ignorance towards it that other people that live in these cities that are surrounded by people like us have. And I think that further proves that your environment plays a role with some stuff, but it is not a good excuse to feel hatred. It's not a good excuse to not be educated on things, because we have books, we have the internet. The internet connects all of us, no matter where we at. I said you're helping marginalize us as a community by trying to disassociate from us. You're trying to help your one self, but hurting all of us at the same, hurting even yourself at the same time while you're doing it. That's what I was trying to say about, growing up in a small town. With all of that and all the hatred that I'm surrounded by, that doesn't infiltrate my views on us. You know what I mean? I see the negativity towards something. I don't instantly just pick up a pitchfork and start, towards those people. I look at, why is this happening? Why do these people hate these people? What did these people do? Are they just being themselves? They just want to be happy. They just want to be fruitful and like everyone else, and they want to hate them for that? No, I don't want to do that. So I think that further proves that, like, even though I'm surrounded by hate, all this, that's not a good example for these people to be acting the way they do. And yeah, just because you don't want to be associated, cool. Y'all know that Twitter meme? And then we're gonna come back to here because you sound like a fool. Like, if you don't want to be associated, okay, cool. You want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Oh, you don't like cookies? You want a pretzel? Because you're not helping no one. You're not even helping yourself. You look kind of stupid in my opinion. But I digress. Lastly, this doesn't, connect completely to what I'm all talking about today. But I just wanted to talk about it because it's been sitting on my heart for a second. The idea that homophobia doesn't exist anymore, or that it doesn't exist in the way that it did before. And the answer to that question is yes, it's still, that's not even a question, that's a statement. But the answer is yes, homophobia still does exist. Just because you have moved out of your small town and moved to the city now where people accept everybody, society kind of deals with everybody in a certain way where they don't care as much because everybody has their own little things they're doing. Just because you're in a metropolitan area and you're in an area where homophobia isn't as overt and in your face, doesn't mean it does not exist anymore. There are still people in many places around this world, in many places around this country, in many places probably in your state, in your city, that are still experiencing overt homophobia and hatred and physical abuse and attacks, everything, all. And you see it on the internet and you still choose to act like it doesn't exist. It exists. It's very real. It's very true. And people like what I talked about today, y'all help perpetuate this. If you want to do better, just for the people whose sexuality doesn't define them, and the people that are like you, that have the same sexuality as you, basically, just stop. Just shut up. If you want to have these conversations, have them in safer places. Don't have them with the enemy. Don't have them with the people that want an example, want a reason.
Men cannot be bisexual.
That don't make no sense.
So if you try pum this year.
So if I try it and I like it, what does that make me?
Gay. You still gay. You're still gay.
Why you thought the answer was gonna change?
Which girl ever met you have sex with them when you already freak body?
I'm very straight when I'm drunk.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I have a video of me.
Have girls ever offered you
There's
some
yes.
pussy?
I mean,
That's
some
Want a match to light a fire. Don't do that. Apply how we do with black people. We don't. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all coons do. But we don't talk about black people in front of the whites now. We don't talk about black people in front of these people that, need something to, fuel their flame against us, their narrative against us. Apply that same narrative, please, because it's the same thing. Homophobia is real. I'm not one of them gays, y'all disgust me, truly, because is disgusting. And you set us back really far. Because even though you don't want to be a part of the community, you don't want to be you're still a part of the community at the end of the day. Just because we have some outliers, people that act, off the wall. I look at stuff from a sociological perspective. Those people act like that for a reason. You know the reasons. So just do better. Just do better. And God has been putting a lot of these situations that I speak on and talk about all the time in my face, where I have to deal with them and I have to, actually say something now. So I'm gonna start speaking up too, because a lot of us, like me, people like me that are in the community, we're not speaking up enough. This is step one of me speaking up. Next is me speaking up in real life situations when these things are occurring. I'm gonna speak up. I implore you to speak up as well. Don't allow the transphobia. Just because you're not trans or you ain't got your trans friend with you today, don't laugh at the jokes. Because you know internally it's not funny. You know the pain and the struggle that goes into these things. So check people, because we want our society to be a safer environment for all of us at the end of the day. Stop wanting to be loved by everyone. It's not going to happen. Especially when you're like us. We're having to pave our way. So either you're going to help us pave it, you're going to help us, clear it out, or we're going to clear you out with the trash. Okay? Okay. That's all for today. Let me hurry up and edit this video so I can get it uploaded. I don't know when it's gonna get up, but it was fun talking to y'all again. I didn't take my medicine today, so hopefully this video isn't all over the place, and hopefully the quality is okay. But I got a little haircut, so I look a little cute. So I'm feeling myself. Anyway, bye. I have a video coming soon. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. Please follow my Instagram. Please follow my TikTok. I have some really cute outfits coming very, very soon. Also, my birthday passed July 12th, so my cash out will be in the description if you want to, send your girl a few quarters or something, But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Do better. Help other people do better if they're not doing better. Call it out when it's happening. Within safety, of course. So anyway, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Goodbye. Y'all have a great day or night or whenever you're watching this. Yeah, bye.